folks. Today I've had a request to hack Zombies Ate My Neighbors. The requester more or less wanted me to do this without any use of pointers, so what today will be is a AOB+Lua tutorial. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing I'm going to do is go ahead and create a save state, so if we mess up I can just come back to it. And I'm going to find ammo really quick by doing an unknown initial value scan. When I shoot off a round, I'll do a decrease scan, and eventually I'll get down to maybe like 2 or 3 addresses. Let's get rid of some of these ones that are red. And do another decrease scan. And it looks like the one on the top should be it. Let's go ahead and freeze it and see what happens. Looks like I was right. So let's go ahead and find an array of bytes that is going to be good, that'll work even after closing out of the game. That's something we can keep finding. The way I'm going to do that is, let me turn that to 2 bytes real quick. I'm going to go in here and find it, copy it, and do an array of byte scan. Let's try this one right here. Alright, cool. It gave us one address, and that's just what we were looking for. Let's go ahead and take that address we found and subtract it from our ammo address to see how many bytes apart they are. So in hexadecimal, that's 390. Let's go ahead and start a script and add the cheat table framework. We can get rid of these 2 lines. They're just comments. Okay, let's copy our array of bytes we just found. There it is. Let's go ahead and do an AOB scan. Call it array 1. You can call it whatever you want. Comma, and then you add their bytes. And we're going to go ahead and register a symbol as well. We'll call it cheats. You can call it whatever you want to. It doesn't matter. Create a label, and let's call that cheats as well. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to type in that 390 we found earlier. So array 1 minus 390. And then hit a colon. And cheats, colon. So that's the beginning of where our cheats start. That starts out right where our ammo is. We'll copy this and type in unregistered symbol. And then hit file, assign the table, and add address manually. We'll type cheats in there. Oops. And let's make that a 2-byte value. Check our script, and this should change that value, that address to that ammo address, which it did. Go ahead and put that under there. Set that back to full ammo. Okay, let's go ahead and get ready for our Lua script now that we have that all created. And let's go ahead and get started by typing in $Lua come down here and you type in enabled, and then you type in disable. Let's go in between those two lines there and start writing out our code. I'm just going to come up with a random variable here. I'll call it W_ammo. You can call it whatever you want to. And we want to make that equal create timer. What we're going to do is make this thing change the values back to what we want them to be every like second or less than a second. So let's go back underneath there and type in W_ammo dot set interval, and that's 1 second right there. But let's make it less than a second. There we go. And go to W_ammo dot on timer equals set function, sorry. Okay, and underneath that we want to type in write bytes and in these parentheses we want to type in single quotes cheats, so that's referencing our label we created in that AOB script. And then we want to type a comma and whatever we want to set the value to. So I'm going to make it max all the time. So that would be a 50, actually that's in hex, 80, 1, because it's a 2-byte value. And we want to make sure we put an end there so the function knows when to end, or where to end. And before we save our script, let's destroy that variable we created. File, assign to table, and let's test this out, see if this works, make sure no other addresses are frozen. Alrighty. As you can see, it's constantly changing my ammo back to 150. There's much more we can do with this. We can give ourselves all the weapons, infinite ammo for all the weapons. And this just makes it so much easier rather than, you know, adding all these addresses and setting the values to them and freezing them. It does all that for you automatically. So I'm just going to add that a bunch of times because I'm sure all those weapons and stuff, all the items, they're all next to each other. Let's test this out. This should give us all the items and ammo. It looks like it worked. And weapons. Oh, yep, it worked. As you can see, I got infinite items too. That keeps going back to 150. Now let's add something like health. I'll show you how that's done. It's pretty easy. I'm sure it's going to be a byte value. It's going to be 10 because all I see is 10 little bars there. Uncheck that hex box and type in 10. Okay, right down to a few addresses. Oops, that was my fault. He hit me before I could do that. Okay, there we go. I think that's it right there. Yep. So the way we would want to do that is we would want to grab our original ammo address that we started out with and subtract that from our health value to see how many bytes apart they are. Okay, it looks like it's 14 bytes apart. I could have honestly did that without the calculator. So I'm going to copy this line here, go up underneath it and type in write bytes again. But I'm going to get rid of all this mess right here. And just type in 10 because that's what we want our health value to be at all times. And I'm going to come in behind where it says cheats and type in -14, which will point us to our health address. Let's test this out, see if this works. Looks like it does. Great. That's pretty much all I've got for this video. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments section.